opportunity for Norway to support TAMWA here in Zanzibar. We think focusing on women empowerment in general and women and leadership is so important. It's important all over the world. It's also important in Norway. But I think, as you alluded to, Dr. Zanzibar has a traditional culture where women traditionally were not given the same opportunities as men when it comes to job opportunities, education, leadership, and so on. And that we have a project that's focusing on giving equal opportunities for men and women is very important for us. So the first thing I want to say is a bit about our history as Norway and why we are supporting this program. And it's a good opportunity for me to reflect, because this is also a farewell visit for me to Zanzibar. I've been in Tanzania for the last 5 years as an ambassador, and I'm leaving the country in July. So I've been visiting many ministers and also had a meeting with the president of Zanzibar, His Excellency Hussein Mwinyi, yesterday, where we also talked about gender and gender-based violence. And today I wanted to devote the whole morning to come here and meet with you. In fact, this was the first element in the program when we started thinking. So I told Daria the Friday morning is reserved for TAMWA, because I know that you need to see that the embassy is fully behind you and backing you in this endeavor. I know my colleagues have been here before, but I also wanted to engage with you personally. Norway has been in Tanzania for 60 years. We have been involved in many programs, but gender empowerment has always been part of what we are doing, both in terms of specific projects, but also it's the how we do the work. We want, whether it is water or energy or other programs, we always talk about how to include women. So we want to promote inclusive development. That's number one. And we want to give equal opportunities. We know that it's all about structures and mindset, and it's also about asking the right questions. So when we talk about agriculture, you can't just talk about it in general. You need to know who are working the fields, who are involved, and many times it's majority of women who are doing part of the work. So we have to have that perspective in everything we do. Norway is a country that promotes gender equality, and we also want to fight negative practices like FGM. Maybe that's not the issue so much at hand here, but in other parts of Tanzania, but also gender-based violence. We work very closely in cooperation with United Nations organizations like UN Women, and we started our series of meetings on Wednesday with a meeting with the UN Joint Office in Stone Town. And we talked a lot about the need to promote the fight against violence against women and children. And when we spoke with UN Women, they said things are a bit easier now. There's more openness to talk about it. There is more willingness to address it. Not that everything is solved, but even the president said yesterday that he's very devoted to this subject. And we are happy that there seems to be overall openness for dialogue on the matter, and maybe that can help organizations like you to move forward. So for this program that you are running, I just wanted to say that we are proud of all of you, and we want to support this program, and it's important to involve women at different levels in the community, to work with civil society, to work with political parties and journalists, and all the stakeholders you mentioned, Dr. Harry, because everybody has to work together